What is up, everybody, and welcome to Around the Monitor for January 8th, 2021. We did it. Crack open your champagne. Do whatever you got to do. We made it, folks. If this is your first time tuning into the show, thank you so much. I know we did just get literally 4 times the subscribers this week, so there's a chance that people are watching this on the YouTube channel that haven't before. Basically, what this show is, we talk through the week's news and gaming and gamify it. So everybody playing, as they give their opinions, I give them points or take away points depending on how I feel about their answers. People who are watching live in the chat can also do that. At the end of the show, whoever has the most points wins and gets to talk about whatever they'd like for an entire minute. Joining me once again, we've got the world's #1 Psychonauts fan, David.
Let's dive into this episode.
Wow, those are good. We've got the Ace Attorney, Pridge.
Go Browns.
We've got the Team COVID officer, Chris.
It's Thursday. You know what that means.
It's Around the Monitor. And last but not least, we've got the hockey sticks and sickle herself, Elise.
I've upgraded from Mountain Dew to Monster Energy.
Oh no!
That sounds like a downgrade.
It's like a perpendicular shift, I guess.
Yeah. But we always start the show with a trivia question to determine the order. And this week's trivia question is Next Level Games, which is Nintendo's newest acquired studio. Their last game was Luigi's Mansion. Everybody knows where this is going. How many copies has Luigi's Mansion 3 sold?
The amount of times we've had this question, and I still don't know how much games sell.
You'd feel like we would have gotten better at how much games sell. 3 million copies. Slap it down.
3 mil.
They're all different. 5 million.
5 million.
1 million.
1 million.
Ooh. I'll go with 4 mil.
4 mil. Okay, cutting it down the middle. The correct answer is 7.83 million copies of Luigi's Mansion 3. Jesus God, that game sold way better than I thought it did.
That's shocking. Same amount of years since the year of Luigi. Conspiracy, wake up, people. I don't know what the year Luigi was. Was 2018 or something?
It was the Wii U was still relevant, so
that cannot be true.
It was one of the Super Mario.
No, because the Wii U was never relevant. Boom, got him.
2015.
2015. There
Year
you
of
go.
Luigi was 2013.
6 years. It actually wasn't crazy far.
Damn.
That's 8 years.
It was 20. You said 2013?
I did say 2013.
Oh, I heard
And it's
2015.
And it's 7.8 rounds up. It is. What? Call a shot.
Anyways,
Point for that.
let's talk through this week's topics really quick. We've got apparently a long time ago, Xbox tried to acquire Nintendo and were laughed out of the room. As mentioned before, Nintendo has got their first acquisition since 2007. They bought Next Level Games. Dishonored's co-creator is now working with Arcane on a brand new project we don't know much about. An Xbox survey asked gamers if they wish their controller was more like the DualSense controller. Cool features at Nintendo World theme park include a leaderboard to determine who is the best park goer of the day.
Radical.
That's very good. The Netflix app is going to be disappearing from the Wii U and the 3DS. Oh no, but guess what? There's also not one on the Switch yet. How? How do they not have one yet? Epic Games has purchased a mall in North Carolina, which will now be its new global HQ. Yes, folks, an entire mall. Not to be confused with the movie We Bought a Zoo. It's We Bought a Mall. That's the joke I had. That's a bad joke. This is late. This happened last year. Should we talk about the KFConsole or the KFConsole?
Yes, we should.
Do y'all remember Minecraft Earth, that AR game? Well, it's dead. Minecraft Ultra Rapid Fire. Apparently, Breath of the Wild's NPCs were all based on Mii's. Roblox is going public and is somehow worth $30 billion. How? How, Roblox? And it wouldn't be a show about video game news if we didn't somehow try to talk about Cyberpunk 2077 one more time. I believe the correct order is David Lee's Chris Pridge. Again, wow, look at that. It's clockwise. David, what would you like to start off with the first topic of the show?
Let's get the boring shit out of the way, which is let's talk about Cyberpunk again.
Oh, hey, you know what? I thought nobody was going to want to talk about this.
Hey, man, the year begins just as it ended.
Cyberpunk begins as it ends. So, listen, we did a whole fucking couple episodes of this show and a whole podcast episode on Cyberpunk 2077. We talked a lot about this game.
Mm-hmm.
And how shitty it is and how they lied. Well, guess what? They lied, and now they're getting litigated over it by their own investors.
Yeah.
Well done, CD Projekt Red, because they said, I believe in April, that the game was mostly done and ran pretty well on consoles, and they just had to make some tweaks in April when the game, I'm sure, set PS4s and Xbox Ones on fire, literally. They probably ignited and started to take off like a rocket. Like, no. So they did lie. They lied to the public, and because there wasn't any more information for investors, they lied to their investors who thought that the product was going to be, playable and good. And maybe not get taken down from the PSN store.
Really quick,
refunded.
It's not back up on the PSN store, right?
No, it is not. Oh. It's not back up.
God, that's wild.
The prevailing theory is that with the January patch, it'll go back up, but no one actually knows. So it depends how much their patch in January fixes the game and how spiteful PlayStation is. My guess is PlayStation's pretty spiteful. So
yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, basically the whole lawsuit is essentially CD Projekt Red lied to investors about performance on not performance, but the state of the game on consoles, and they did. So according to the laws, I believe these are Polish laws, but sure sounds like a pretty easy win, honestly.
Oh shit.
If this is the thing you can sue them for, I'm pretty sure they won this lawsuit. So Ripperinos, CDPR. I don't think it will be enough to like sink the company, but boy, is that gonna cost them a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, not to plug it again, but we literally did talk about this for almost an hour and a half, I think, on the last episode around the controller. So if you want to hear more of our thoughts on how much of a goddamn nightmare this is, and CDPR's reputation going forward, it's there. Elise, what would you like to talk about for your first topic of the show?
Let's talk about the KFConsole, the KFConsole. I don't know how to
console.
Please, let's dunk on the name first off because it's not good.
It's not good. How do you pronounce? Because KFC uses the C. You say the C, but console is a hard K sound.
I think you just have to say the full name. It's Kentucky Fried Console.
Kentucky Fried Console.
Preferably in a southern accent.
Or you could just call it the KFConsole. Because that's what it says.
Dave, I have a southern accent.
No, you don't. I'm sure you can do a southern accent, but you don't have
What are you talking about? This is my natural southern accent. You
Shut
can't
up.
prove me wrong.
Elise is speaking.
Sorry.
So what this is it's not a console. It's a console the same way the fucking Steam machines were. If y'all remember those, because no one remembers those.
Yeah, those died.
Those never were alive in the first place. It is a high-end gaming PC, and we still don't know the specs, but we know it has ray tracing, which means it's a 2000 series or a 3000 series NVIDIA GPU. It's to 2 Seagate 1 terabyte SSDs, and that is pretty much the only fucking thing we have. An Intel 9 Extreme. That's the other thing we know. And a chicken cooler. A chicken heater.
Yeah.
A chicken heater.
I like my chicken like I like my beer, ice cold.
I'm wondering how you're gonna put a heater in a small enclosed space that also needs to house a GPU and a CPU, 2 things that are notoriously very hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't want to be.
But at least the memes.
The memes are very good.
I can't tell if it's the stupidest thing ever or absolutely brilliant to say we've made a computer that's designed to get hot. Because then when people complain about how hot it is, you really can't bitch because like it was in the marketing.
Also, it's the fact like it doesn't heat the chicken. It's just if you ordered chicken from KFC and instead of putting them on your desk like a normal person and eating them from there, you'd put them in the computer and like wait 10 minutes and then they're still the same temperature. Great, cool.
God.
This
is insanely stupid. I have never wanted anything more. I want this thing so badly.
I did too.
Yeah,
but I also I hate that what they're saying is, it's 240 FPS, 4K TV gaming. Like that means nothing. That means nothing.
You're just throwing words at me.
You're absolutely
VR ready. Every fucking thing is VR ready. My computer that was mid-end in 2016 is VR ready.
Yeah, technically my phone is VR ready if we want to
say phones,
jerks, but yeah.
Don't be jerks.
But also this thing's gonna cost like $1,000.
Oh, that's the low end.
If it's got the stuff that they're saying in it, I think it's gonna be pricier than that. But
dude,
I will pay $1,000 for this.
It's got a fucking air fryer built in, guys. This thing's gonna be like $3,000.
But it's not an air fryer. If it was an air fryer, I'd be hyped for this. It's not.
What if it is though? What if they just didn't?
Then I'd be hyped for it.
We don't know what it is. We don't know what's in there. If there's like a heating element, or if it just uses the heat of your,
I'm certain it's just using the heat of your computer. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, I would.
Also, I love Zach yelling at us for interrupting Elise, rightfully so. And then Elise she just says, "It's not a fucking console."
That's a damn good point. All right, Chris, what would you like to talk about for your topic?
All right, I went down a deep dark hole today to sort of understand one of these topics. That's right. I went on Twitch and I looked at Roblox content or Roblox. I'm still not certain.
I hate
Roblox.
Right?
I
hate you for calling it Roblox.
It's Roblox.
Roblox.
It's like Robot.
Because
it's Robot.
This game has existed for almost 20 years.
And guess what? Today, at whatever time you sent these topics, I didn't know what this game was about still.
How? I mean, I don't.
So get off my shit. Because I've never.
I was gonna say I don't know anything on this game either.
Because I've never interacted with it. It's just always been there as a microcosm of the internet, like in the same of like weird content creators and whatever the current.
Well, because it's not about anything specifically.
Exactly. That's what I discovered today. So Roblox is not about anything, which is wild to me. I always assumed it was a Minecraft-like. It's not. It's a collection of like other small micro games made by both the devs and by fans that people can pay Roblox currency in order to play.
Is it not called Robux?
I don't care.
Fucking
they can pay those for for skins and stuff like that in these microgames, which is wild to me. So here's let's just take a little back because we got distracted talking about Roblox. They want they think their company's worth $30 billion, which is a lot of money. The last time this was this hasn't gone through yet. The last time they were evaluated by the SEC for IPO status, they actually did not end up going into public because they didn't think it was worth it at the time. They were evaluated at $4 billion, which is still a lot of money for a video game that's 20 years old and has 1,000 people watching it on Twitch.
Jesus.
But a lot more play in it. Oh boy, let me tell you. But they wanted to originally double that that valuation up to 8 billion. Because the game's doing really well, yada yada yada. Just a quick note: this game has not made a profit since its inception, which is wild.
I am flabbergasted.
I don't understand how. It makes no sense to me.
Okay.
I guess they just pour all the money back into development. I don't understand. I don't know how this game could take so much to develop. It looks like garbage.
It makes RuneScape look okay.
Yeah, seriously. But they recently received $540 million in fundraising for this game. And the appeal is they're going to the SEC saying, this game we are currently evaluating at $30 billion. Can we go public with this? Which, hey, look, I used to work for a hedge fund. No, they're not going to get $30 billion for a 20-year-old, what's basically a Flash game. But are they going to get a lot more money than they should? Are they going to get like $15 billion? Yes. And here's the thing. There's going to be a day where we're going to report on this show where we're going to have to talk about the stock price of Roblox.
Oh my God, you're right.
I'm just so excited. I'm so thrilled. This game looks terrible. I spent, this is not a joke. I spent 30 minutes watching streams of this, and I had to open up 5 different streams to find somebody actually playing the game. It's all just people looking at menus. It's like EVE Online, except people aren't making billions of dollars like however the hell EVE Online works. It's amazing. I am excited for the grim, dark future of Roblox content creators.
They do it. It is huge on YouTube. I will say that.
I don't understand. I watched a man click on plants for 5 minutes. That was the gameplay I saw of this 20-year-old video game.
Bridge, do you have a
Oh yeah, what's up?
Do you have a topic you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, sure. Let's roll with it.
Okay, take us away.
All right, let's talk about the genius of Nintendo.
Ooh.
So, you know what's really hard to do? Design lots and lots of boring NPCs. In anything, really. I mean, whether it's like writing minor characters in a book or creating NPCs in a video game, sometimes you gotta create a lot of really, really unimportant characters. But they have to look like they belong in the game because people are going to see them. So those fucking 5D chess playing geniuses at Nintendo decided when making the hit game Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild,
there we go.
When they were going to make NPCs, they just took Miis and just shoved them into Legend of Zelda and said, bam, work is done. So what this comes out from is someone who is a self-proclaimed Mii expert. Didn't know that was a thing, but I believe them.
I fucking hate that is what they're like. I'm a Mii expert. I'm a Mii expert. Fucking.
I mean, are they wrong?
You know what? For them to have noticed this, sure.
But basically, what this person figured out is that it seems like most of the, most of the Hylian, I mean, obviously not the fish or Goron people, that'd be a little tougher, but the Hylian NPCs in Breath of the Wild are basically just super tuned up Miis, from like the little, avatar-like things you created for the Wii and Wii U, which is funny on its own because it's just, in my opinion, like, kind of smart. Like I said, it's really boring to create NPCs. So if you can just template off something and use it, I think that's just efficient.
Yeah.
But the funny part of this is this person thus figured out that you can basically mod Miis into Breath of the Wild using the same process. And they successfully did it with some characters. Which is great because they did Matt from Wii Sports, and
fucking Matt.
For everyone who remembers Wii Sports, Matt's an absolute baller. Man was just the goat.
Yeah,
an absolute physical specimen.
God, boxing man was a nightmare. He was just too good. But mostly this is just really funny. This doesn't really mean anything in the long run. but I just think it's one funny that Nintendo with all the $1 billion would take this, what in my opinion is a very smart and efficient shortcut. And two, I want to see what kind of meme monstrosity shit people can mod into Breath of the Wild.
Listen, this
is and I feel like down the road I'm gonna get some really quality memes out of this.
All I'm trying to say is if it was a 10 out of 10 game already, which we all here agree that it is, it's gonna be an 11 out of 10 game after this. So I'm just very excited.
It's only 10 points better than Cyberpunk.
David, it's time for round 2. What would you like to talk about for your second topic?
I would like to pour one out for all of our moms, dads, grandmas, and grandpas that are using Wii U's to watch Netflix.
Oh,
because that shit's gone.
I was like, wait, did my parents die? What the fuck? Sorry.
I hope not. I mean, if losing Netflix on their Wii U is enough to kill them, like, man.
Listen, nobody owns a Wii U, especially my goddamn parents, all right?
I own a Wii U.
I own a Wii U.
I also do. David, tell us about Netflix and Nintendo.
So yeah, Netflix is disappearing from the Wii U and 3DS digital stores. You will no longer be able to download Netflix, and up till a certain date that I don't remember, but is somewhere in the article and not that far away, it will continue to work. June 30th. So they will completely stop working in June. Why are they doing this? Who fucking knows? There is literally no reason for them to be like, man, we're just gonna rip these off your thing unless there's like some security problem. But no one's using the Wii U to watch fucking Netflix except for old people. That's it. Who haven't bought a smart TV because they haven't bought a TV in like 20 years. That's it. That's all. No one else is affected by this. And guess what? They can buy a Switch. Oh no, they can't buy a Switch for Netflix. Oh no, there's no Netflix Switch app. Fuck.
How is that still not a thing?
Great question, Luis.
It's been like
great
3 years.
It literally makes no sense. The other console they're discontinuing the Netflix app on is the 3DS. You could watch Netflix on a 3DS for some godforsaken reason in what, 240, 360p, maybe?
Yeah. It's like 540p.
On one of the screens?
Yeah.
But no, we can't put Netflix on a Switch that actually has a decent sized screen for a mobile device and even has a little stand so you don't have to fucking hold it. Why is Netflix not on the Switch? Hulu's there. Come on, Netflix, get your shit together.
I know you said Hulu's there, but I thought you said who lives there. I was like, where? At Netflix?
I hope no one lives.
Who lives inside your consoles, Nintendo?
It's a tiny Reggie Fils-Aimé.
There's a tiny Reggie Fils-Aimé just pushing that fan all the time.
There's a tiny Reggie Fils-Aimé in all of us.
It's Ghost Reggie.
Oh, God.
Reference.
Anything else to add to that, David?
No, just fucking put Netflix on the Switch, dude. I don't even want it. Like, I'm never gonna use it, but it's stupid that it's not there.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure from their perspective, it's like, well, is this really worth the investment time to develop the app? When
it doesn't take that long. It really doesn't. They don't even have to do it themselves. They can just pay someone else to do it.
Yeah, fair. Elise, what would you like to talk about for your second topic?
All right, let's talk about fucking Xbox before Xbox.
Okay.
So, you know, what was this, like early 2000?
Yeah.
When the Xbox first dropped?
2000 odds.
Yeah, exactly. At that point, Microsoft was, obviously looking to get into the video games industry. They were doing their Windows stuff, but Windows is its own platform that they don't really control.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're looking to get into Xbox. They're making the Xbox, and what do they need to do that is they need to get some first-party games.
Mm-hmm.
So who do they approach? Well, they look to acquire some people. They don't want to make a new studio. They don't want to acquire some like low-level developer indie thing because those barely existed at the time.
Mm-hmm.
At least not publicly.
Mm-hmm.
not huge. So who did they look to develop or to acquire? EA, Square, Midway, the developers of Mortal Kombat, and Nintendo.
What absolute pie in the sky fucking acquisitions these are, really.
Like, Midway I can see. Of
all of those, yeah.
Of those, like, Midway, yeah. And apparently they did get pretty far with Midway, but it turned out that there wasn't really a deal that could be struck that would be beneficial for both of them. You know, it happens. The first they approached was EA. EA said, no thanks. The second they approached was Nintendo. And I'm just going to read this quote. Steve made us go to Nintendo to see if they would consider being acquired, explains then director of third-party relationships, Kevin Bacchus. They just laughed their asses off. Like, imagine an hour of someone just laughing at you. That's kind of how the meeting went.
Oh, God. It's so brutal.
And deserved.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and it kind of makes sense because they were before the PlayStation, before the N64, they were gonna make like a console together with Sony.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Sony, Microsoft, but really, like, after the N64,
right.
You really think you're gonna acquire Nintendo? Like,
the fucking audacity.
Good luck. And then, you know, Midway, as I said, they almost got a deal struck out. And finally, this ended up with Bungie getting the call, or Bungie giving the call, it seems like. Saying, hey, heard you're looking for devs. We're looking to be acquired.
Anything else to add to this, Elise?
Nope.
There we go. We got.
What if Microsoft ever approaches you to be acquired? Laugh them out of the room.
Because you know someone left that meeting like, we'll show them, we'll make our own console. And then here we are 20 years later, and Nintendo's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Chris, what would you like to talk about for your second topic of the show?
I am making a pledge right now, 2021. Every time this topic comes up, I will take it. I don't care how little information we have. I will take it because I am going to talk about the Nintendo World theme park.
Oh, God. Okay.
All right. So we got a big thing here from our good friends over at GameSpot, talking about the new. Sorry, IGN. I'm an idiot. Talking about all the cool stuff going on at Nintendo World. By the way, I just want to highlight that the first like in this list of 8 things you'll see that's cool at Nintendo World. Number 1 is rides.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I fucking hope so. Can you imagine? All right. Also, they have the power-up bands, which are literally just those wristbands you get from Disney that let you go on the rides, and they're acting like it's this cool new thing. Fuck off. Collecting coins is dope. That's awesome. The fact that I can go around and collect coins to get points is radical. Now, I said points there. What do the points do? Well, there are these things called leaderboards. You're familiar with them from video games. They've been in those too. But there are park leaderboards that basically, minor thing. If you have a band, you are put on a team for whatever your band is. So you have the Mario band or the Bowser band. You're on Team Mario, whatever the hell.
Mm-hmm.
Teams collect points by doing the what are essentially random events, like how Disney has the Star Wars ones at their new Galaxy's Edge thing, where there's like random park things that happen. You can do them and they're fun and cool. And also just for like doing rides, like if you do good shooty shoots in the shooty shoot ride, or I don't know, ride Yoshi good in the Yoshi one. I don't know. If you really just show that Yoshi who's boss. But yeah, these are leaderboards that have like who's the best park goer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would like to say, if you are an adult, if you are a grown-ass person who is going to go to the Nintendo World Park, like, let's be frank, everyone in this Discord call is, and you're like, I'm gonna get on the top of the leaderboard for today. You are a monster. and I hope you are destroyed because I know every single same thing with the we're all gonna go. I know every single saw that thing. I was like, ooh, I can get on top of that leaderboard. No, Stop it. This is for children. I'm literally not having this. If I go to Nintendo World and I see a grown adult bragging about their position on leaderboard, I will knee strike them in the back of the skull and choke them out in the middle of Nintendo World, and I will be ejected. But so will they.
Now, Chris, this does sound somewhat like the infamously viral tweet of the woman saying they don't want to see young adults without children at Disney World.
No. That's fine. I don't care about that. You can go to Disney. You can go to this park. You can have all the fun in the world you want. That's great. You're welcome to.
But you can't be on the leaderboards.
No. You can be on the leaderboard. You just can't. You can't do two things. You can't be number one, and you can't brag about it. If you're number 4 and you're like, I'm doing so good, man, look at me crushing this leaderboard, and you're like a white man in his 30s, enziguri to the side of the head, and I'm choking you out, buddy.
No, see, Chris, you're really missing the key point of the leaderboard. The primary form of fun. There is nothing more fun than crushing a child at a game and watching the light leave their eyes directly in front of you as you both stare at the leaderboards and make fun of them for being down there in the fucking trash tier.
Damn.
2022, the year Chris Saito suplexes David at a fucking Nintendo World.
Well, let's be real. No matter how good you are at something, there's always a 9-year-old that's better than you.
Not at drinking.
or committing tax fraud.
I'll drink that little shit under the table. Come at me, nerd.
No, commit tax fraud.
That was fucking good. I gave you a point for that.
To any 9-year-olds watching this, don't compete with Pridge at drinking.
At least does bring up a good point.
That's illegal.
At least does bring up a good point of if when I'm at Nintendo World, if I see a grown adult talking about, hey, I'm on the leaderboard, I'm number 5, take that, youths, and then I watch a 6-year-old's name tick above theirs on the leaderboard, I think I'll just ascend to the next tier closer to Nirvana. I think I'll just die on the spot. Because watching the light leave their eyes would be amazing. Don't do this. Let children have this. It's Nintendo, for Christ's sake.
But Nintendo was once my thing when I was a kid. Is it no longer my thing?
All your Nintendo dogs are dead. Moving on.
Damn. Wow.
Haven't been fed in years.
Pridge, get me out of that depressing spiral that I just heard.
Man, there was literally no good topics left.
Yeah, it's a bad week. It's the first week of the year,
All right.
Nintendo bought a company they basically owned already. Talk about that.
No, I'm talking about how Epic Games is gonna transform a mall into a new HQ building. So, do you live in North Carolina? Well, guess what? Your state's getting an Epic Games HQ, and it's real interesting, I guess. Malls aren't doing too well in this day and age because everyone's online shopping. So
if they had a chance, it sure didn't help when COVID came around.
Yeah, so I guess you want some cheap real estate, find some strip malls or shit, because no one goes to malls anymore. You can just shop online and get your food delivered to you. So Epic Games is buying a mall to make it an HQ. Trying to see if there's anything else in this article. Man, this isn't even a long article. I fucked up here. There isn't even anything in this article.
It's near Cary is near Raleigh. Does that help you at all?
How close is it to the Outer Banks?
Very far.
Damn it! So they can't even take weekend trips to the Outer Banks.
You can still do it. It's just a long car ride.
Just
pull
North
up. Carolina's not that big. You can drive in.
Very small state.
Pull up and yell at Tim Sweeney and throw up your hashtag save Fortnights and keep driving.
How long until my sister who lives in Raleigh tells me I need to move there now because video games is there?
Because there are video games here now.
Chris, there are video
it's
games.
going to be their new campus by 2024. Oh, wow. So this news isn't even important. It's 3 years away from being relevant. I picked the wrong topic.
Bridge ends in the last round of
Let's end this damn episode. I lost.
Well,
I did everything wrong.
Well, with that wonderfully enthusiastic finish, David, Pridge, and Elise, it's time to go home and become family men, because this week's winner is Chris.
How did you win?
Chris, are you ready for your minute to win it?
Yeah, let's talk about stuff.
Okay, take it away.
Oh boy, it's the first. We haven't had a show in 3 weeks, and it's the first time of the year. So let's talk about some sad stuff. A couple weeks back, the wrestler Brody Lee passed away very suddenly due to a lung condition. It was incredibly sad. There are various charitable support things you can do to help his family, and also most of them benefit the American Lung Disease Association, I believe it is, including pro wrestling tees, collar, and elbow. I was hoping to wear the shirt today, but it hasn't arrived. There's various like shirts and stuff you can buy. People dying very abruptly sucks, and it does at least bring a lot of light to charities and people that need this kind of help. So, hey, go donate stuff to that. That'd be awesome. Similar note, because God, the world is rough. MF Doom passed away. You can also find various charities. I actually cannot, I'm totally blanking on what he passed away from right now, but there are various charitable things you can do for his family, and of course for the associations that are benefited by what he passed away from. I think that's everything. Hey, y'all, life is rough, apparently, all the time, and ticking over 2021 didn't really help. So do something nice for somebody else. That's your January goal. There you go.
There you go. Very, very good. Very good. Yeah, that is going to do it for this week's episode. Few quick things to plug. In case you haven't seen it, Chris worked very hard on a 40+ minute long Pokemon edibility tier list video that got sniped by fucking Brian David Gilbert the day before.
Brian David Gilbert, in the middle of quitting his job, said, "Hey, fuck around the monitor."
Fuck Chris specifically.
Pat Gill told me so.
Also, everybody who has just recently subscribed to our channel, seriously, thank you so goddamn much. It was such a nice end to this terrible year and start to this also terrible year to suddenly see our hard work over the last like year and a half to 2 years, depending on how long you've been in this goddamn thing, pay off. It means the world. So seriously, thank you.
So tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, we'll be filming our next episode of Around the Controller, where we talk about our game of the year for 2020 and other favorite games of the year that we played. So look forward to that. Should be a fun time.
And the other thing is follow us at Twitter at @RoundTheMonitor. The @ is the R is the A. Don't worry about it. And yeah, we got some exciting news coming up later this month. We'll probably start giving you guys a little bit of that, like maybe some of the stuff that's coming up next weekish, maybe the week after that, and then special sometime mystery time later this month. We haven't settled on a date. There'll be big news. Ooh.
We do have another series on playing the Ace Attorney games with an actual lawyer. It's really fun to record, and the comments are really kind to us on it for the people who've watched it. So actually do go watch it. I think it's educational and very funny. Wes's voice acting is incredible.
If you want comedy, shockingly good voice acting, and insightful legal advice all at once.
Yeah, like literally, if you want to watch two current / former actors act out fucking Phoenix Wright with a lawyer present, that is what it is. It's great.
I think that is everything. As Chris said, yes, if you haven't followed us on our socials, please do so. And hey, because I never do this, if you do have some money to toss our way and you enjoy our stuff, we would love it if you went to our Patreon. Literally no pressure. Our content will still be here regardless, but it would mean
if you
an awful
have
lot.
Some money.
I mean, hey, everybody's got it these days. Everybody's working.
Yeah, we know you have $600.
Yeah.
You don't.
We know you just got your stimulus checks, so
give it to us.
Come on, guys! It's only like $10. It's only $10. I know you can go get a fast food. Why can't you subscribe to our Twitch channel?
Who said that? Who was the person that said that?
It was
Twitch
some
streamer. So
streamer.
obscure now. Nobody Everybody hates
No one
that
cares
person.
about her.
Awful.
Yeah, that was brutal. Okay, yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Like we said, we'll be back tomorrow with our Game of the Year of 2020 talk and hopefully another video essay next week. So be on the lookout for that. But until next time, this has been Around the Monitor.
Before we go, I just want to say fuck Caillou. I'm glad the shit is dead.
Okay,